Feeding hungry families across this state really takes a team effort.
For decades, Daddy Bruce Randolph fed families with his Thanksgiving meals, and years after his death, his legacy continues to live on.
Here's Denver 7's Micah Smith.
In February 2019, shortly after moving to Denver, I kept seeing street signs, a school, and events named after someone called Daddy Bruce Randolph. I decided I had to find out who this Daddy Bruce is, and in my quest, I met another man who would also have a huge impact on his community.
His grandmother was an ex-slave, and according to history that she raised him.
Reverend Ronald Wooding spent most of his life working to preserve the legacy of Denver philanthropist and community leader Daddy Bruce Randolph.
63 years old in 1963, he decided he wanted to be like Jesus and feed 5,000.
And Daddy Bruce did that every year around Thanksgiving for decades. After Daddy Bruce died, Reverend Wooding continued helping the community in his name.
Reverend Ronald Wooding wanted to make sure that the memory and the work of Daddy Bruce Randolph would continue. He established the Daddy Bruce Randolph Legacy Foundation in 2018.
Pastor Frank Jones met Reverend Wooding at Bruce Randolph School 5 years ago.
We just had a kindred spirit, connected, and he asked me if I wanted to be a part of the organization. So I said yes, and then one day I was praying and asking God, what do you want me to do? What should I be doing with the foundation? And the phone rang. And it was Reverend Ronald. And he asked me if I would allow him to mentor me and gear up to be the executive director because he knew that he was sick and his time was short.
On May 25th, 2022, Reverend Wooding passed away.
Things I would want people to know about Reverend Ronald Wooding: definitely a caring man. Loved the gospel, preached the gospel. He was a pastor in his own right. Just a humanitarian and generous human being.
Jones says while spending his life preserving Bruce's legacy, Reverend Ronald Wooding built his own.
To fulfill the legacy, several organizations are coming together to do what one man did.
And Jones says, like Daddy Bruce, Reverend Wooding's generous spirit will continue to feed thousands.
He wanted to be like Jesus and feed 5,000.
He wanted to feed 5,000.
For years to come. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.
He was a great man, that Daddy Bruce. And the Daddy Bruce Feed a Family Thanksgiving meal distribution is this Saturday. So if you'd like to receive a meal or donate, we have a link on denver7.com.